In the middle of our busy lives, between the noise and the chaos, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, disconnected, and stressed. But what if there was a way to find inner peace no matter the storm around us? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy practiced by some of the world's most powerful leaders, offers a path to tranquility, by teaching us how to master our reactions, emotions, and responses in the face of adversity. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control the world around us, we can control how we respond. Developed over 2,000 years ago by ancient philosophers, Stoicism offers practical wisdom for managing stress, cultivating resilience, and navigating life's challenges. It's not a set of abstract theories, it's a guide to living a calm, fulfilled life, no matter the external circumstances. In this video, we'll explore how the ancient practice of Stoicism can help you manage stress, handle criticism, and build inner strength. We'll show you practical tools that you can apply in your daily life to build resilience and create a greater sense of peace and purpose. In a world that moves faster than ever, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We're constantly bombarded by emails, meetings, and social media, all demanding our attention. It's no surprise that stress, anxiety, and frustration have become common reactions to the daily grind. But what if, instead of being at the mercy of these emotions, we could take charge of them? What if we could learn to choose our response to stress, rather than being controlled by it? This is where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics taught that while we can't control the events happening around us, we can control our reactions to them. Emotions like anger, fear, and stress are natural, but how we respond to them is within our control. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can pause, take a breath, and choose a response that aligns with our values and goals. The first step in emotional mastery is awareness. By recognizing our emotional triggers and understanding why we feel a certain way, we can take the power back. The Stoics believed that by developing self-awareness, we can become more mindful of our reactions and make deliberate choices instead of reacting in the heat of the moment. The Stoics used several techniques to help them master their emotions. One such practice is journaling, reflecting on the events of the day and analyzing how they responded to different situations. Another practice is the idea of visualizing adversity, imagining challenges before they occur, so you can prepare yourself to stay calm and composed when they arise. One of the most powerful tools Stoicism offers is perspective. The Stoics believe that nothing is inherently good or bad, it is our perception of events that shapes how we feel about them. If we change our perspective and see challenges as opportunities for growth, we can choose to remain calm and resilient, no matter the external circumstances. Mastering our emotions doesn't mean suppressing them, it means choosing how to respond to them in a way that is constructive. The benefits of emotional mastery are profound. We become more resilient, better at problem solving, and more effective in our relationships. When we stop reacting impulsively, we become better versions of ourselves, able to handle stress with a clear mind and maintain our peace amidst the chaos of life. The Stoics teach us that we are not victims of our emotions. We have the power to choose how we react to any situation. By mastering our emotions and building resilience, we can navigate life's challenges more effectively and create a life of inner peace, no matter what comes our way. In life, we all encounter setbacks, whether it's a missed deadline, a failed project, or an unexpected challenge. These obstacles often feel like walls, impossible to break through. But Stoicism offers us a different perspective on challenges. Instead of viewing setbacks as insurmountable, we can learn to see them as opportunities for growth. Stoicism teaches us that true resilience doesn't come from avoiding hardship, but from learning how to respond to it with strength and clarity. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is the idea that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond to it. In the face of adversity, we have the power to choose our response. The Stoics believe that resilience comes from understanding that external events do not define us, our reactions do. By shifting our perspective and focusing on what we can control, we begin to build emotional strength. In Stoicism, self-reflection is a key tool for building resilience. After experiencing a setback, the Stoics would often ask themselves, "What could I have done differently? Or what can I learn from this?" This process of self-examination allows us to take control of the situation, turning failure into feedback. It's about understanding our mistakes, growing from them, and using that newfound strength to handle future challenges with greater ease. Stoicism teaches us that obstacles are not roadblocks, but rather stepping stones on the path to personal growth. Every failure, every hardship, is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and become stronger. Instead of getting discouraged when things don't go as planned, we can use these moments to reflect, build resilience, and develop a deeper sense of inner strength. Resilience is not about bouncing back to where we were before, but about growing through the challenges we face. Building resilience is a daily practice. It's about taking small actions each day that build your emotional strength. This can include things like mindful breathing, exercise, or journaling to process your emotions. It can also involve setting clear, manageable goals so that you stay focused and motivated, even when life gets difficult. These small actions add up, helping you stay grounded and ready for whatever challenges come your way. Resilience is not about never feeling fear or doubt, it's about choosing to act in spite of those feelings. For example, when faced with criticism or failure, you can choose to let those moments shape you rather than define you. The real power of resilience lies in your ability to get back up, reflect on what you can learn, and keep moving forward. It's about understanding that setbacks are temporary, and they don't have the power to stop you unless you let them. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back from difficult situations, it's about growing through them. By applying Stoic principles, we learn to face life's challenges with grace, clarity, and confidence. Every setback becomes an opportunity to build inner strength and to grow more resilient, no matter what life throws our way. With each challenge we overcome, we become stronger, not in spite of the obstacles, but because of them. Criticism is something that every one of us faces. Whether it's in our professional life, personal relationships, or even on social media, we are constantly exposed to the opinions of others. Sometimes, that criticism is constructive and helpful. But often, it can feel harsh, unfair, or even downright hurtful. It's in these moments that we must ask ourselves, how do we respond? Do we let the words of others define us, or do we choose to handle criticism with strength and grace? The Stoics had a powerful way of looking at criticism. They believed that the reactions of others are about them, not about us. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Instead of being defensive or hurt by criticism, Stoicism teaches us to detach ourselves from the opinions of others. We don't need to take every comment personally. In fact, many criticisms are not a reflection of our true worth, but rather a projection of the insecurities, fears, or frustrations of the person delivering them. Criticism, in many ways, acts as a mirror. It reflects the biases, beliefs, and emotions of the person offering it. For example, if someone criticizes your work, it often says more about their expectations, frustrations, or insecurities than it does about your abilities. Understanding this allows us to take a step back and evaluate the motivation behind the criticism, rather than immediately internalizing it. Is the criticism constructive, or is it simply a projection of someone else's feelings? Building a thick skin doesn't mean becoming emotionally numb or detached from others. It means developing the emotional fortitude to face criticism without letting it undermine your confidence or sense of self-worth. When we choose to view criticism as constructive feedback, instead of an attack on our character, we develop the resilience to handle it without taking it personally. By focusing on what we can learn from the criticism and ignoring the noise, we become stronger and more confident. Stoicism teaches us that we always have the power of choice when it comes to how we respond. Criticism is inevitable, but our reactions are not. Instead of feeling defensive, angry, or hurt, we can choose to respond with clarity, patience, and understanding. This doesn't mean we have to accept every criticism as truth, but rather, we can decide how to process it and learn from it without letting it define us. Criticism is not the end of the road, it's an invitation to improve. By accepting criticism without taking it personally, we open ourselves up to valuable feedback that can help us grow. When we see criticism as a tool for personal growth, it transforms from a negative experience into a positive opportunity. The more we embrace this mindset, the more resilient and confident we become. In the face of criticism, Stoicism empowers us to choose our response, to rise above negativity, and to grow from every experience. By developing a thick skin, we build emotional resilience and fortitude. With Stoicism, we can handle criticism with grace, using it as a stepping stone for self-improvement rather than allowing it to shake our confidence. In life, we often find ourselves at a crossroads. When challenges arise, whether it's stress, conflict, or criticism, we have a choice: react impulsively, or respond thoughtfully. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control the situations that happen to us, we always have control over how we respond. This power of choice is one of the most empowering tools Stoicism offers for personal growth. In Stoicism, we are reminded that our reactions are within our power. The Stoics believe that every situation is an opportunity to choose how we respond. Whether it's a difficult conversation, an unexpected change, or a stressful challenge, we have the power to decide how we engage with it. By taking a moment of pause, we can shift from emotional reactions to rational, thoughtful responses. A key part of choosing how to respond lies in self-awareness. Stoics emphasize the importance of reflection, taking the time to analyze how we react to situations and what triggers our emotions. This process of reflection helps us understand ourselves better, recognize our emotional patterns, and decide how to respond in a way that aligns with our values, rather than simply reacting out of habit or impulse. Cultivating the power of choice requires practice. The more we can take a moment to pause before responding, the more we develop the ability to act rather than react. Simple practices like deep breathing, meditation, or even mentally rehearsing our response in challenging situations can help us regain control and respond with purpose instead of impulsivity. With time, these small practices will build up, making it easier to navigate even the most stressful situations with clarity and confidence. The more we practice choosing our responses with intention, the more we empower ourselves to grow. Each time we handle a difficult situation calmly, we build resilience and emotional strength. With every challenge we face, we become more capable of handling life's difficulties with grace and wisdom. But beyond personal growth, we also become a source of support for others. By choosing thoughtful responses, we not only create peace in our own lives but also inspire and help those around us. Through Stoicism, we realize that growth is not about avoiding challenges or emotions, but about learning how to face them with wisdom and clarity. The more we choose how we respond to situations, the more we build the life we want, one filled with peace, resilience, and purpose. Every moment becomes an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become the best version of ourselves. The power of choice is one of the greatest gifts we have. When we remember that we can always choose how to respond, no matter the circumstances, we take back control of our lives. Stoicism teaches us to live with intention, to be aware of our reactions, and to approach every situation with calm and wisdom. By doing so, we empower ourselves to create a life of purpose, growth, and inner peace. Stoicism is not just a philosophy for moments of crisis, it's a way of life. It teaches us that peace comes not from the absence of external chaos, but from the mastery of our own minds and emotions. By applying Stoic principles in our daily lives, we learn to navigate the storms of life with a steady mind, knowing that we have the strength to endure and grow. The power of Stoicism is not in avoiding life's challenges, but in learning to meet them with grace, resilience, and clarity. Stoic practices like journaling, visualization, and reflection allow us to build inner strength and prepare ourselves for life's difficulties. These practices don't just help us survive, they help us thrive. By reflecting on our daily actions and mental states, we begin to understand our patterns and start cultivating a mindset that is both resilient and purposeful. Every day presents opportunities to put Stoicism into practice. Whether it's responding to criticism, facing a challenging task, or dealing with unexpected setbacks, we have the power to choose how we respond. By consistently applying Stoic principles, we can transform life's difficulties into opportunities for growth and learning. Stoicism doesn't just impact us, it also influences those around us. When we maintain calmness and clarity, even in challenging situations, we become a source of stability for others. By embodying the principles of Stoicism, we can spread peace and understanding, creating a positive ripple effect that improves our relationships and communities. Living a Stoic life means living with purpose and intent. It's about waking up each day with a clear sense of what matters to you and aligning your actions with your values. By practicing mindful awareness and making thoughtful decisions, we can live a life that is true to ourselves, no matter the distractions or obstacles that arise. At the heart of Stoicism is the understanding that life will always present challenges. But it's not the challenges that define us, it's how we choose to face them. By practicing emotional control, resilience, and self-awareness, we unlock the power to live with peace, strength, and purpose. Stoicism is not about avoiding difficulties, it's about developing the inner strength to face them with clarity and wisdom. And in doing so, we create a life filled with fulfillment, growth, and lasting peace. Remember, the power to shape your life is in your hands. Start practicing Stoicism today and begin your journey toward a calmer, more resilient life. The choice is yours.